To do the signature in the journal part of the envelope journal, I would call it that way. So what I did is I glued like a lace just for the finish touch, because when you attach the signature, I don't like to see the little gap between the two papers, so I added this, and this will make it a little bit more resistant too. Then I took, I think it's 8 pages, because I didn't want the journal to be too bulky, because there's already the top that contains a lot of pockets and everything, and I'll come back in the final flip to show you the cover. So I did, yeah, I think I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. So 8 pages, and I included at one page 2 inserts, a music sheet and just a journaling page with little lines. And you can see that my pages are not folded perfectly into 2. So what I did to do that is that I pick a page and I fold it like with an angle like that. And then I pick another page and I would fold it differently. Like this one is tiered, so it's just a scrap piece of paper. I can show you with that one. So I just fold them like that, and then I randomly add them together, and it creates a signature that the pages are all not aligned. And I love this style. It makes it really, I don't know if I have the good definition of shabby chic and grungy, but to me it falls in that description. So yeah, that's my way to do my signature now if I want a grungy style. And in the middle section, I glued together 2 design pages, and I created a folder, a tab folder that I did sewn all around like that. I added some ink to distress it, and it's gonna be the center of my signature, and the signature will hold it. But then when I'm gonna be done with the signature, I'm gonna glue those 2 sides, and it's gonna be like a pocket, and this will hide, it will hide the thread. So this is how I plan to do this. So my pages are already placed together, and I just want to show that these smaller pages needs to be either at the top or down, because you need to have at least 2 stitches from it to hold it. So I didn't want to place them really at the top like that, so they're gonna be a little bit like this. And I'm gonna make sure that my hole is at least a big inch from the top. Same for the bottom. And this will, I might actually hide the whole thing inside this. Yeah, I'm gonna hide the whole thing inside this. So this is more, it's not like a cardstock, but because there's two design papers and they are thicker than the copy paper that I use to do my coffee stain, it's gonna be more resistant, I would say. So I'm ready to do my signature. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do the holes with my, I don't know what's the name of that tool, but creates holes. What I need to do is take a big book, you open it in the center, so an old dictionary is perfect. I place the whole thing together and I make sure I have the good, that it's centered. And then when it's almost folded into two, I place my clips, my paper clips, at least on one side, just to avoid that it's moving, to help me with the sewing later on. Okay, so now that it's placed, I'll take my punch and then I'll go to the middle. You can measure, but anyway, it's gonna be all hidden. I never measure that, I just go by look. So I did my holes, and I always keep the last one there, as you could see. This will help me. Now I'm gonna measure my thread, and because I don't need that much, I'll just do 2 times and just a tiny bit more, just to make sure I'm okay. And I'll start from the inside because I want the knot at the end to be in the file folder. So I go through, I'll remove that, go through, and just to make sure I don't pass. And now because I have this there, this will help me to see my hole right away, which is not a problem with this journal because there's no lace at the outside. And then you go all the way up. I don't know if you see something. You need, and then you come back in the middle hole. If you're at the good spot, it should just go easily in. Oh, like this time. All right, now it's time to remove the paper clips. And to put the good tension, I put the thread in the middle of the two ends. And then I just make sure that the tension is good here. See how it's well aligned? That is perfect. All right, so it looks all good. So I'll do a double knot. I'll just cut, I'll leave just 1 centimeter there. And now I'm ready to glue my 2 sides, and this will be it. So I'll put the glue on the shortest side to make sure. And this one, I think they're equivalent. What a mess. Okay. So together. And as you can see, when it's gonna be dry, it's gonna be a pocket here, and it looks like that or like that. I like it. I'm gonna add some lace at some point, but here you go. I'm ready to do the final flip through. So what I did is I decided to attach here at the end. And here you have the pocket. And it's just a card like that I added a bunch of ribbons and sari silk, and I glued a journaling card paper so I can use it for journaling, and it kind of creates the highlight of the cover. Here I just added just a little bit of lace, here, and I think I did a little booklet just with one of the square that I glued on two sides, and it's like a little pocket inside the booklet like that. And just one of the bands from the kit, you have a couple of I don't know if we call them tabs but I used one, folded it there, and just did one stitching. I didn't put any lace or anything because, you know, in those pockets, because we have a lot of pockets, if you put stuff that are a little bit too much 3D, you're gonna have a hard time to close them at the end. So this one, I just did a pocket with a paper, added some laces, one of the ephemera, and just a cute paper that is coffee stained with designs. So what happens is that paper shows here, so you can place it with a little angle, and you have that layer that shows at the end. And I placed some trims there just to decorate. You have a pocket there. I left it empty for now because I didn't know what to put there. I did the cards that I glued some paper at the back. So there's cards there. In that pocket, I created another booklet, and I tried to be really simple with the booklets. So this is one of the squares from the kit. You have bigger like that, and you have smaller ones like that. So I just stitched it on the side with the fabric. And then this one, it's just a paper, and I did like a cluster here. And there's another pocket that I didn't put anything in. This one I didn't do anything. I'm thinking I'm gonna put a couple of ephemeras there to be used when you decorate the journal, so they'll be handy. One of those square, I just glued it with one of those bigger rectangles. See, I just cut it to the good size and folded it into two, and it's my I used it to glue that, so you can still have the whole envelope here to either decorate it or do some journaling on top of it. You have the pocket there. I didn't put anything inside. This one, it's the long envelope. I did a long booklet like that. Just added some sari silk and lace. It's really a vintage lace here. And I just placed a bunch of scrap pieces of papers, and I did a sewing line there to hold it in place. So really easy to do, but I love it. It's, even if it's all papers that are not the same size and they're teared, and I love it. Didn't do anything there because I love the paper, but we could add another flap there. On that envelope, I just glued a piece of paper that contains the modeling paste, and I just did a little cluster with tulle and one of the heart. Another journaling card from the kit. And I did a big flip here because I wanted to keep the cute design that has been done with the coffee stain. And here, to hide the white part of the flap, I used those smaller one, and there's two side by side to create kind of a washi tape or whatsoever. It doesn't really show, right? So you have the flap like that. So let's go back to just folding back everything together. This is what it looks like. I really like that that ribbon instead of a sari silk. I don't know. So the long booklet, it's kind of adding another layer at the top. Now if we open it, we now have a pocket here that I can add something, and we now have a pocket here at the back that I can add something like loose papers to do my journaling, and I can glue more stuff there, but right now it's just a plain journal to add stuff. And you have the file folder in the middle, which acts like a pocket. And just cute papers like that. Really, really simple. And the back. Oh, at the back there was that pocket on the side, so I added 2 other cards because there's plenty of cards in that kit, so they're going to be really useful to do some journaling. And that would be it for the project. Oh, I need to, maybe I'm going to cut down this one a little bit. I hope it inspired you. I've been myself inspired by redeemable junk. I'll put the link to her channel in the description below. All these envelopes at the top, that file folder idea came from her, and I was really, really inspired, and I thought it should really be shared. So you can go see her YouTube channel, and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.